So I'm going to ask you a question. And this is a question that I have been asking myself a lot lately because the reality of life is that we all deal with this. And here's the question. Does fear keep you trapped in a toxic routine? And when I say toxic routine, there are lots of little and really big toxic routines that are so easy for us to get trapped in. You know why? Because look, toxicity is a comfort zone that a lot of us have become accustomed to. A lot of us are used to certain levels of toxicity and we don't even realize that those things are comfort zones for us. So the question I want to ask you is, does fear keep you trapped in toxic routines? And here's the quote from Kylie Francis that I think hits home at this. And she says, Kylie Francis, never let fear trap you in a cage of toxic routine. Never let fear trap you in a cage of toxic routine. Now, fear and comfort zones don't always seem to go together, right? Because you think of a comfort zone, you go, well, the reason I'm stuck in a comfort zone is because I'm not afraid being in this comfort zone, even if it's toxic. But the reason you're afraid to actually leave the toxic routine or the toxic comfort zone is the fear. So when I say, does fear keep you trapped in a toxic routine? I really want you to think about this. Why aren't you breaking out of toxic routines? Now, toxic routines can be anything from attracting certain kinds of people in relationships to attracting certain kinds of jobs, attracting jobs that don't pay you enough money, getting into really great shape for 6 months and then yo-yo dieting and eating all kinds of crap after that and packing on the pounds. That is a toxic routine. The way that you talk to yourself can be a toxic routine. There are so many toxic routines. So I don't want you to apply this IGTV episode to all of your toxic routines. We all have them. Hello? We all have toxic routines. So let's not even pretend like anybody exists who doesn't have them. We all have them, whether we want to acknowledge them or not. The real question is, what is the biggest toxic routine that I've got going on in my life right now that is directly impacting my life the most right now? And what fear is keeping me stuck in that toxic routine? Because here's the deal at the end of the day. You will not eliminate, and eliminate's the wrong word. You will not replace the toxic routine with a healthy routine until you address the fear. And I read a lot of books about overcoming fear. You can check them out at overcomingfearbooks.com, because one of the books that I wrote is called Uncover Your Real Fears. Because I think so many people think they're afraid of one thing, like, I'm afraid of failure. No, you're not really afraid of failure, you're actually afraid of success. So you got to get to what the real fears are. A lot of people attack their toxic routines by going after the toxic routine. They go, okay, I yo-yo diet. I need to hire a coach and a trainer, and I need to go keto. If you don't address the fear that puts you in the toxic routine, you will do keto for a hot minute. You will feel really great for 3 months. You will go back to the toxic routine. You know why? Because the fear is driving you back there and you never address the fear. So what am I saying at the end of the day? Figure out the fear that is fueling your toxic routine. One toxic routine, not 51. I always say, invite your fear over for dinner. Invite your fear over for dinner and say, okay, I'm willing to hear what you have to say. I'm willing, fear, to hear what you have to say. Why are you afraid of me getting into my best physical shape? Why are you afraid of me making a shit ton of money? Why are you afraid of me getting my PhD? Why are you afraid of me ending this friendship or, disengaging with this toxic? Why are you afraid of that? Because let's sit with that and then we'll work through it. You don't have to disappear. You just can't be in the driver's seat, fear. That's the thing about fear that most people don't get. It's not about eradicating fear. I don't like when people say, I'm fearless. I don't believe anybody says they're fearless, because fear is normal, natural, and it's a part of the human experience. Here's the thing though. Is fear in the car or is fear driving the car? Fear can be in the car. Self-doubt will certainly be there in the back seat, chirping in your ear, but it can never be in the driver's seat. So at the end of the day, I want you to ask yourself the question, does fear keep me in toxic routines? Find the one toxic routine that is most adversely impacting your life right now. Invite that fear over for dinner, get to the bottom of it, give it a new role, and put it in the backseat of the car. All right.